What's up with it, man? It's the kid Pushmanmitch. You know what time it is. I'm the host of the No Fluff podcast. I got my brother, the GOAT, the savior of Chicago, a.k.a. Monsieur Justin Burns in this thing. What's up, my boy? Come on.
What's up, nigga?
Oh,
we about to flip the mic.
You already know. That's the type of time we on today. Listen, hey, bro, I appreciate you coming through.
You know I had to come through, bless the podcast, man.
Okay, first of all, let's get right to the fucking nitty-gritty. What do you do, sir?
Listen, man, we help people make paper online. We call it digital wealth.
Ooh, don't it sounds so poetic how you said it. What we call
Ain't that digital wealth?
Digital wealth.
Just digital wealth.
Man,
that's the tech. That's the tech talk in me.
Okay, tech talk. So now, break it down so little kids know what the hell you got going on. How can I get digital wealth, and why would I even want it?
So, you know, like, we're living in one of the best times in history. That's what I like to tell people, right? Mm-hmm. Anybody from any walk of life can take their knowledge and expertise and turn it into recurring income online. Like, that's crazy. Like, me and your parents, right? They weren't able to do that. They weren't able to take something that they mastered, that they, you know, that they're skilled in, and actually make money with. Like, you are a prime example of that. Okay. Right? You one of the best in the game when it comes to two-row cars, everything. And now you've shown other people, I see all your testimonials. You wouldn't have been able to do that 20, 30 years ago. So we tell people, like, man, listen, like, you got to get out of your head and out of your mindset and take advantage of what's happening today, or you're going to miss out. You're going to miss, like, one of the greatest shifts of wealth that existed.
Crazy. And that I say that all the time. It's like the easiest time to become a millionaire. This is in the 21st century. It's a digital age. Everything has been put from off paper onto the computer, off from the computer onto the phone, off to the phone to the TVs. It's just like everything is transferring. It's like quick. Everything is faster. So back in the day, we used to have to go out and meet 100 people to have 100 people in our Rolodex. Now we can just go online and boom, 100 people. Have them reshare it, and now I got 200 people. Have them reshare it,
exactly.
Now I got 300. So it's crazy that people like you exist to teach people how to do that. Yeah. So I do it, but you teach people how to do it.
Oh, we break it down. We go spicy with it.
Okay, cool. So look, I wanna give them some key examples of some things that like you said, you can have a skill that you've mastered. That doesn't only result to an industry, like a working industry. That's like you could do it like recipes, like if you're a chef.
Yes.
Ain't that crazy?
Like, you could do it with anything. I got a homeboy, right? Shout out to my man Ron Douglas. Like, he actually one night was just sitting at a restaurant, right? And he was like, you know, it'll be cool if I can make these like home recipes at home, like giving people like KFC's recipes. Now, I don't know, you know, with the legalities, if he gonna get sued, what he did, but he had a 5-year business with it, and he sold it for millions of dollars. So literally, he just cooked up like a recipe book, and he put all these different recipes of how people can make this at the house, and it sold something like 2 million copies. Regular dude from, you know what I'm saying, New York, became a millionaire off a recipe book, yo. Crazy.
Recipe book.
A recipe book.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like people literally they can't fathom how easy it is to make money doing it.
Correct.
And I've noticed it when I've been seeing, they can understand how a little YouTube kid can make money because of YouTube paying you to do views, but they can't understand them making their own product and selling it to the masses. So what I was saying, like, I know people who literally teach skateboarding tricks. And they got like a digital course on how to do kick flips, heel flips, all of these different tricks that they are literally doing step by step with their feet in a board. So they got the board with no wheels, and they teaching the trick, and they doing video number 1, and then they show it on the skateboard with the real skateboard, and they monetize that. They charging $49 a copy of that, and they selling it to everybody, and they making millions of dollars by teaching people how to do skateboard tricks that people do for free on YouTube.
Correct. But let's even talk about even a whole nother side of the game.
Okay.
Right? This is the side of the game that a lot of people don't talk about. You don't even have to create products in order to create digital wealth. You can find other people and create deals with them, and they become the face of the brand. So you don't even have, like, a lot of people get caught up with this, I got to create content, I got to be the expert. That's totally not true. There's other people out there that don't value, not to say, you know, they really don't value as much, you know, they value the expertise as much as you know the game, right? Knowing how to do it. So you can actually set up a deal with them where you take a percentage of their business, and they could be the front person for the business.
Exactly. I know you do this very, very well.
Very, very well.
Okay, so cool. So we're going to break it down in layman's terms because we got to make it sure, like, we got to make it so easy a caveman can do it. So you come to me, I'm Pushmanmitch on the street. You know, this is prior to last year of me selling digital courses, coaching, and teaching.
And I wish I would have caught you before
Oh,
you.
no.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, I would have
But
caught
I mean, you know what? Absolutely, I'm actually not glad I didn't, because let me tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
People don't understand. Like me in particular, I taught myself mostly. I had a lot of mentors though around me.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Neo around me. I got you around me.
Mm-hmm.
So they taught me without actually teaching me. So I can watch that. I'm a person who literally is keen into watching what people
Right.
are doing that are coming back from where I'm trying to go. So I can watch y'all and actually literally put that to work. I can be like, damn, Justin doing this with his website? Damn. That's all you gotta do? He got content on his page already? Oh, that's all I gotta do? Cool. So I'm an executor, so I don't really need to be like walk through it. I can kind of peep game and then make it make sense. Right. Now, had that not been the case,
right?
Let's say I'm on the street, I'm doing my thing, I'm making $200,000-$300,000 a month in an exotic card game. You come find me like, Mitch, man, you going crazy in the exotic card game, dog. You teaching people this? Well, nah, I'm not. I'm really selfish at the time, because that's how it kind of was when I first. I was eating and I was chilling. You know what I mean? So now at this time, I don't know nothing about teaching people how to make money doing what I do. And you walk up to me and you say, let's put together a program for people to learn how to do what you do. And all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna set everything up for you. I'm gonna get the platform. I'm gonna get the cameras. I'm gonna write down your script, everything you gotta say. You just gonna teach what you already know on the camera, and then we're gonna put that in the package and then sell it to the masses. And then I'm gonna take 10% out of everything that you make.
10%. That's it.
I'm giving them an example, bro. God damn. So they get 10% out of everything I make, and then we go ahead and build that brand up. So now I don't know nothing about marketing. He said he's gonna take care of the marketing. I don't know nothing about recording content. He said he's gonna take care of recording content. He's gonna walk me through every step by step. I don't know about
It's the
ads.
publisher model.
Right. I don't know about ads. He's gonna run the ads. Everything gonna be taken care of, and then we set it up and we make a deal. Cool thing about that is that I didn't have to have any expertise prior to that, and you provide that assistance.
Correct.
Wow! How much money can a person like that? How much money could I have made? How much could you have made? Forget what I know what I could make, because I make it. But what could you have made off of a deal like that?
Let's just even say at the bare minimum you did 10%. And you doing all the marketing. I mean, if you scale, let's just say you do a couple of those deals, and let's just say, just like the record industry, right? You got one hit record, just one, and that person goes to 7 figures, which we've done over and over and over again, right? You know this.
Yeah.
Then you've done 6 figures, and you literally have just put people in front of their ideal audience.
Right.
So when you master like a couple different core key things, like a lot of people try to do all these things nowadays. Like they trying to do, the buzzword, multiple streams of income. Look, if you haven't mastered one stream of income, you shouldn't be talking about 5.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? And so for literally for a decade, I wasn't doing nothing else but online courses, learning how to generate traffic, learning how to build sales funnels, learning how to strategically allow people to really absorb the information. Because a lot of people also, and there's no fluff, so we got to get into it. Some people are creating really horrible information products.
Facts.
Because they have access to a simple camera and they don't understand how to take a information product global. Right. There's a difference between something that your Instagram followers will receive and then something that the whole world on the internet will receive.
Facts.
So it's completely different.
Right.
But when you master a few core things, so one is marketing. You get really, really good at knowing how to get eyeballs to a actual page, right? That's number one. You spend years crafting that. Like for years, I had to really say, what is traffic? How do I do something like Facebook ads? How do I do Twitter ads? Like people are so focused on one core thing. All the gurus say do Instagram. So you on Instagram and you dance and you doing all that. Nothing to that, but it's a million other ways to get people to your page. Like an abundance of traffic. Remember I told you this. We talked about Soul Ads, which I'm sure we're going to break down that strategy just a little bit. Since what you say? You said you generated $500,000?
600,000.
I need them Lambo keys outside
listen,
there.
Man, listen. When you give me information, please know and understand this. Anybody
you apply it, yes.
I'm going to use it.
You do.
And I hope I don't offend you by doing it better than you're doing. That's the only thing I be telling people. Because it happens. You know what I mean? You know how somebody knows something and they have this skill, but they're comfortable with how they do it. Now, me, I might see what you're doing. I'm like, he's doing it pretty good. I can do it way better, though. And I'm going to do it. Like you taught me, hey, yeah, Mitch, if you do this. Oh, really? I'm going to take it to the max level. Now, you was comfortable, but you won't get offended until you see me going crazy. So that's normally the problem. So everybody, gurus, teachers, coaches, when y'all giving out game, know y'all students are going to use them. So thanks, coach. But go ahead, bro. What you saying?
Yeah, so the first strategy is mastering marketing, traffic, right? The second thing is knowing how to actually structure a product, like I said, where different type of learning styles can actually receive the information.
Right.
Most people just get on the camera and they just talk fluff. They just talk, they tell their long stories for 50, 60, 70 minutes. I remember I bought a product the other day. I paid $3,000 for this product. Man, the first video, man, was 3 hours long. I'm like, man, what in the hell is this dude talking about for a whole, like, and the first hour was a whole story.
Wow.
So like when you master the art and the skills of knowing how to persuade, knowing how to, structure a product the right way, you got to create a product one time and you get paid over and over and over. That's the beauty that I love. When I saw this, I saw this actually about 11 years ago. A dude was in the audience and I wasn't really good at anything. Like I was fired from every job that I had, right?
Damn.
And yeah, it was messed up. But like sitting in the crowd, this dude said, the future of the internet is going to be selling digital currency, digital products, and you're going to be able to sell to anybody all over the world. And that just, I don't know what it did to me, man. It was like, that's it. That's the future.
Stuck to you.
It stuck to me. And now we got a tech company and we got all type of stuff we doing.
Man, I be thinking about how much money you make all the time. I be thinking about
why do you think about that?
I think about it? It's because I know it's a lot of people that work with you, and I know how much I make.
Right.
And I be like, damn, he got a percent of a lot of these people's stuff. This dude is killing me. And I be really thinking that a lot.
Right.
So you really eating for real.
I mean,
congratulations, bro.
I appreciate it. We doing all right.
So now when people hear this, I want to break something down for people.
Right.
When people hear that you will do everything for them, set it up, take a percentage out of what y'all products y'all sell together, they think of it as a taking advantage situation, but that's not the case, right? So our mindsets when it comes to percentages is broken.
Completely broken.
We are absolutely up. A percentage of something is better than nothing. Now, some people don't even think when I said 10%, that was like logically all I would accept for myself.
Right.
But some people would be more, but at the end of the day, you got to think about what you're gaining.
Right.
So people don't know. I got percentages of different companies. I do angel investing. I'm in a different space now where I'm investing. I don't want to go all into that. We don't want to go off topic. But I understand that the fact of that a percentage of a company that makes $200,000 in a year, having 10% of that company is major. If I get that every year annually and all I had to do is invest once, don't do no work.
Yeah.
Now, secondly, when that company is sold, I get 10% of what they sell it for.
Right.
With me doing no work. Now, if I understand that if I get into a deal with this young man, and he teaches me something completely new.
Yeah.
That deal that I have with this young man who teaches me something completely new is between me and this young man. Now, if I go and learn from what this man has now taught me and then go get a higher percentage for myself, that's okay. I can create another product and do it again. And also I can do the same thing, the same skill set that he just taught me and go use it on other people to teach them how to make money to where everybody is happy. So the key is to figuring out how money works.
I gotta use that as an ad, dog.
It's reality. That's people
crazy.
Don't understand that. So I get it. So when people, even when people sign record deals and people, it's a bad record deal. No, it's not a bad record deal. It's literally you took somebody who had nothing and gave them something.
Correct.
Right?
Because 10% of zero is what?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So we got to understand that deals are structured for the benefit of all parties, but some people is going to win more than others. But if I can continue to make more and more deals, all of those percentages will add up to 100% at some point in time, or more than 100%.
Yeah.
So people don't get that. So I understand. So what you do is super dope because you teach it and you give people the opportunity to learn what it is you do and how to do it in the best way because you walk them through it. And I've seen it done. You did one of my brother's courses, Gooch.
Shout out to my brother Gooch. Shout out to my brother Gooch.
He does private home health care, right?
Yeah.
And he had the teleprompters out there. He had
us doing extra days.
Bro, extra days. They recording.
Yeah.
They got it all done professionally. It's super HD, funnels built out, websites, landing pages. I watched it done from start to finish. I watched my brother, Gooch, make a lot of money outside of his industry because he's already a multimillionaire outside of selling courses. Now he's making a lot of money in the course space. And you get a percentage of that.
Correct.
Now that is dope. Now that is dope. So that means that this guy doesn't actually have to become an expert in the healthcare field to make money from the healthcare field. Whew. Some of y'all need to be listening to this right here.
But you know what's so crazy, man? Like people that also even goes to another topic about people being scared and trying to make it perfect. right? They trying to make everything perfect. They say, you know, it's some people who approach me. They be like, look, I got this product. I want you to help me film it. I want you to help me, you know, develop this product out. All right, let's get started. Let's go. I already know. I got the systems in place, the processes. This is the product I believe in. Oh, man, I got to wait. You know, I got to get this product done. I got to get my knowledge right first. The thing I respect about Gooch and why he even went to 7 figures is because Gooch didn't have it all perfect at first, and he was just ready to go. And that's why he was able to become a millionaire in another field, because those habits that people like him have,
right,
they just transfer to a whole nother industry.
Facts.
Right? And so in literally 8-9 months, I ain't gonna spread his business out there, but let's just say Gooch took that one product.
Gooch will spread his own business.
No, that's true. That's real.
You can say it.
But he made well over 7 figures with that course in under a year, and that's because, you know, he was ready to go. He did it imperfectly, and because he wanted to help people. And that's the thing, man. That's type of friendships I want. Those are the type of people that you want to be surrounded around, because it changed your thinking. It changed the way you approach life, and it also make you want to hustle. I'm like, dang, I got to get some more courses, you know what I'm saying, in the pipeline. So I like creating projects like that. And
because it helps people. That's too. Yeah. That's in essence. That's why I was saying I was being selfish before. I'm just eating by myself.
Yeah.
Now I got.
You get that feeling.
I think about it now. I got thousands of students now.
Yeah.
Thousands. Not like I got 5-6 dudes who follow me around in the A.
Yeah.
Learning from me. I got thousands of people around the world making money from information that I could have kept to myself.
Exactly.
Now I got people knowing about apps and different shit that they never would have heard about ever had I not taught it. And I was selfish.
Yep.
And now I'm unselfish.
That's exactly what my mentor said one day,
right.
man. He said, when I wanted to just really be small, I was like, you know, I was making good money. We was doing, you know, internet launches. We was doing 7 figures just from doing internet launches, right? These product launches. And we can get into that too. Teaching people how to do product launches the right way. And product launches ain't releasing your website. It's a strategic way that you get people to actually desire your product and buy it, right? But he said, man, how small are you staying and not sharing the game with people and sharing it with other people? If you know it can change their life, how selfish are you to do that?
Facts.
And that was crazy, man. And that just changed everything.
And it feels better anyway.
Yeah, because you helping people. In a sense, you actually help somebody with the knowledge that you gain. Right. And we think we got to be big. We think I got to have 1 million followers. I got to have. Listen, it's somebody. Let's say, you know, you in photography. It's somebody right now sitting behind their desk want to learn photography. It's somebody right now. They don't care how many customers you got. They want to learn from you, right? How selfish are you, as he said, you know, to keep that game to yourself.
Shit real.
Yeah, it's real.
And no, I mean, a lot of us don't understand that too. But it goes to the perspective of, like, what is our purpose here? And like a lot of us look our whole life to find our purpose.
I like that.
And we all just want to make impact. Nobody really, it's not about the money.
Yeah.
We want money, so what? So we can show it. Nobody, who wants to be a rich person nobody know? No, everybody say that. Everybody say that. But if nobody knew, if you couldn't take credit for the hard work that you did to gain your meals, you wouldn't enjoy it.
But can't you do both?
Huh?
Right? Can't you do impact and make money?
Exactly. I mean it's like, dope. So I was going to say this. Most businesses, right, is designed for the business to make money, and you come back and keep spending money with it. Right?
Correct.
Keep spending money with McDonald's.
Yep.
Now, our companies are based off you come spend money with me, and then you make money forever. Versus you come give the money back to me. So if I go to anybody else's business, I spend money with them. They keep retargeting me. I keep spending money with them. Now, if you come shop in our business, we're going to teach you how to make your own money and then continue to make money forever.
Absolutely.
Nobody's job is better than ours. I don't give a damn what nobody says.
That's true.
Nobody's job is better than ours. So we literally teach people how to make money for themselves and their family. Me in particular, I teach them how to fix their credit. I teach them how to take their cars and turn them into, you know what I mean, cash flowing assets. I teach them how to take their houses and turn them into cash flowing assets. And then of course they're going to teach their families how to do that. Of course they're going to teach their friends how to do that. So my impact is even bigger than just the one person I'm talking to. It's going to be their whole family. Like, yo, man, you making money like this? How? They going to tell them, and now they lit. And now they change their whole dynamic of their life. And that's what I really do it for. That's impact. And I feel, I get up every day on live just because of that. I be like, man, I'm going to get up on live and change. I'm going to get up and say this one thing to this one dude, he's going to change his whole life.
Yeah.
Stupid.
You gave me a play one time.
What is it?
You gave me a play. Let me see. Let me adjust this mic real quick.
Yo, what was that?
Let's see. What was that? What was that play you gave me? You gave me that inquiry play with the American Express.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know nothing about it. So
break my
you might want to break that down yourself though. Man,
what?
Yeah, because I didn't even know you applied. It was a while that I did it, but I got like 3 cards off of that one inquiry. You got to share that joint.
So look, first of all, let's just go here.
Like he ready. He addressing his shirt.
First of all, let's just keep it real basic and sweet before we even go to American Express cards, right? Your personal credit needs to be A1. You have to have your personal credit in order to do any of these credit plays, or it's no credit play. Yeah. So if you haven't fixed your credit, today is the day to start. And never finish and never finishes. Today is the day to start and never finishes. It's a constant job. Some people think that they can pay people to fix their credit. You cannot. It's impossible. If you can pay somebody to remove something from your credit report, but you can't pay people to fix your credit because they can't make your payments for you on time every month. They can't. They can't make sure your utilization is a certain place. You have to do that. That's all you. No one can do that for you. So therefore, make sure your utilization is under 30%. If it hits the credit report, which you should never let it hit, but if you let it hit a balance on your credit card between 2 and 6%, never do more than that, or else your credit score will continue to go down. You won't benefit from the credit hitting. They want to see that you're using your revolving credit, but it is what it is. If you got something on your collections, sometimes I'm gonna give y'all the biggest bar of this year, 2022. Come on. You might not never heard this one. I don't think some people have never heard this bar. This is the biggest bar I can ever give anybody to do with credit, right? Before we even go to me. The biggest bar. This can get anything off your credit report that you ever had on your credit. You know this bar?
I'm listening.
Anything on your credit. I don't give a damn what it is. Hospital bills, if it's a repossession, all this stuff can get off your credit by doing this one thing. You wanna know what it is?
What's that?
Pay them folks. Pay them folks that we owe, man.
Pay them folks. Pay them folks.
Pay them folks. That's the biggest bar you're going to ever get. They'll get anything off your credit report. And that's just reality. So sometimes we sit there, we look all around the internet. We go pay him. I'll pay you anything to wipe my credit report
Looking for all
clean.
That complex stuff.
And then all you got to do is literally pay to get something. Some people got T-Mobile bills on their thing for $90 and don't want to pay it to get it off the credit report. That's the biggest bar you got. So before you even go into American Express, Discover, any of that stuff, if your personal credit not in order, we can't even talk about that play. So what I will say is make sure that credit report is clean. Make sure you don't got no collections on there. Make sure your utilization is low. Make sure you don't excessively get hard inquiries. And then we can start doing credit card plays. And places like American Express and Discover, they have what's called a pre-approval on their websites where they were going to use a soft pull. You can go to AmericanExpress.com and you can go to Discover.com and then go put the pre-approval, and they're going to let you know what you approved for off the gate. If you ain't approved, they're going to be like, you good. If you pre-approved with a soft inquiry, you know they rocking with you. So then you can go ahead and get approved for those cards, and then you can potentially get multiple at the same time with one inquiry. So, I gave So, but that's when it comes to credit. So credit is going to be key and all of that. But, the cool thing about what you teach, you don't even need credit. It's crazy.
You don't need credit.
You don't need credit, but credit can be a tool.
But you should also though do it simultaneously. One of the most powerful things that I did was really learn the business credit game and learn how to build up simultaneously. So here's even the play even with the courses, right? So a lot of people don't know that you can actually sell your course before it's created. A lot of people wait. Right? They wait till it's done. They wait 60, 90 days. So before I even go to a market and even before I scale any type of product, I want to make sure I got buyers in that market before I even spend a bag on ads, before I even go to market. So what I do is I typically will map out a course in a day. I have a product to market in 3 days. I've done this with everybody who works with me know I do this. We go to market first. We test it. We make tweaks. We make these little adjustments. Then once we get 3 or 4 buyers, we know that we've identified something called a buyer DNA, which exists all around the world. See, when you think about it like that, you're not thinking about it in terms of only got 3 or 4 sales. That's different. My mindset is we got 3 or 4 sales. It's 100,000 people that exist just like these 3 buyer DNAs. So simultaneously, I was building my business credit, right? And I was pre-selling this product. Now I go to market. Now I pre-sell. So then I come to somebody like Mitch, right? Well, now we're going to get into the next way I would scale it. The next way I would scale it is I would come to somebody like Mitch. I done built a relationship with Mitch. I done provided value to you. Remember you said that, Mitch? Remember that? You like, I done gave Mitch a bar. He done made $500,000 off of that, right? So then I come to you and I say, Mitch, I need you to run this play with me. Do an Instagram live. Do something with me. Mail your email list. Matter of fact, can I do something called an ad to your list? And all you got to do, I'm going to give you the wording. Actually, matter of fact, I'm going to compensate you if you want to go deeper, especially if you're dealing with somebody like a Mitch, like a top influencer, you got to come correct. So I might say, hey, I'm going to give you 30-40% of all the sales that you make by mailing your list. Now, mind you, I literally have not went and recorded just yet, but I've tested. So I'm not testing on that person. So then we do it, and I pre-sell even more units. Now I'm up. Now my business credit then built up.
Right.
Now I go and I get the Brex card. Now I go and I get, because I now have $200,000 that I've pre-sold to my audience.
Facts.
Now I go get the Brex credit card. Now I go get the Ramp credit card. Now I go get the Divvy credit cards, right? And now I have I have 7 figures just in credit. And now I got other people looking at me like a Clear, like these other companies that will give you credit lines. And guess what I'm going to do next? Oh, yeah, it's time to scale with ads. So now I'm going to but I'm not just going to go to Facebook. See, we got to get out of this premise that Facebook is the only game in town. Mm-hmm. How many of y'all have ever even know that Pinterest is another type of traffic source, and they have an ad platform? How big is TikTok? Remember, they used to say, oh, only the shorties on TikTok, or only the little kids.
I do TikTok.
Now you see grown men and grown women dancing through their kitchen,
yep,
doing the Dougie or doing some type of dance to a screen, right?
Absolutely.
And that's not to take a dig at it. It's just to say that now you have adult business owners on type of TikTok. So what I tell people is, when you're thinking about creating a product, think 5 steps ahead. That's why I'm able to go into markets and scale a product strategically into the 7 figures or more mark, because I think ahead. I think about, okay, we got to test this real quick. We test, we tweak, then we get fancy with the funnels. Then we make all of the fancy stuff, and then we strategically keep scaling. So
let me get this one. So pre-sale is raw. So I did pre-sale for my course as well. How long is a good time frame before you actually launch the product?
So it could be 2 weeks, right? It could be 2 weeks that you announce, like, hey, we're about to actually go into pre-sale, or 30 days out. But here's the key, though. You always want to make sure that you are building your marketing assets, like a email list. So many people out there depend on Facebook. That is like business suicide. Why are you not building up an email list?
Right.
You should always have an email list. So what I typically do is, even before the product is created, we build what's called a waiting list, right? You don't want to you want to build that anticipation. You want to get people excited because they know something is coming. See, a lot of people, what I find, man, is like, a lot of people really don't value their knowledge, so they don't treat it as gold.
Right.
Like, if you knew that you was selling something gold, would you harbor it, or would you treat it like, yeah, we just put that out just like this? That's not the way I put out my products or any of my clients' products. We treat every single launch as a strategic business strategy where we get people excited because we know it's gold. We know it's going to change lives. I mean, Gooch come back to me all the time. This is how I know he's excited about his product. You excited about your product. How many lives you done changed with people you done shared the game about how to get on Turo and all these other things. So why do we treat our own product launches like really minuscule, really small?
Facts.
So you got to build up a list. You build up anticipation. You treat it like this crazy event that you about to launch. And then you go to market, you pre-sale, and then it's a series of steps that you take in order to scale any product.
Okay, so waiting list. What's a good website or platform to build a waiting list?
I mean, I wish Maestro, shameless plug, my platform, Maestro. We'll be doing waiting lists really soon, but we're more going to be focused on the community aspect, which we got to get into talk about that. But you got ClickFunnels. You could throw up a simple landing page. It's really like literally a headline and a box with an email and a button that says coming soon. Tap in now. If you want to get fancy.
So Maestro ClickFunnels.
To
you
set
need
up
that a waiting list.
Correct.
Make a landing page where they put that information in it.
Yes.
Anybody who's excited, because we know what they're signing up for. Anybody who wants to get this course is going to be coming out soon, blah, 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 blah.
Absolutely.
They sign up right there. They put their email list, they waiting. So when they got the waiting list, they don't pay yet. You're going to send them an email later.
You're going to send them an email later.
After you built up that email
and guess what you're doing in that 2-week period of time? If you plan out your calendar strategically, meaning like you just write some simple emails, write 5, 6, 7 emails that could go out over a span of a couple days, so you built the anticipation. Now, here's what you're going to say in those emails. Let's get deep into it.
Let's do it.
Right? There's actually a book called Scarcity, right? The Power of Scarcity. And what it talks about is the psychology triggers that when people buy any type of product, they've studied these people like really in detail, right? And you have to really inject that scarcity into it. Otherwise, if you always be like, yo, my product is always available, people are going to always get used to what it is that you're offering. Now, there's different ways to do scarcity where it's not, dirty, where you just lying and, you leaving your product open. You're like, it's 5, copies of a digital product, and it's, digital product is unlimited. You know what I'm saying? I just see that. You don't want to do that type of scarcity.
Nah.
But, you want to strategically talk about the pricing. You can inject pricing scarcity, which is true. Because when you're first launching a product, that's one of the things that you can do in order to pre-sell your product and say it's at this price and it's going to go to this price. Now, let's even talk about the different versions, because there's people out there that also think that their first digital product has to be perfect. That's not true. You need to look at your digital product not as I'm creating this ebook and that's it. I'm never going to touch this again. And that's cap, right?
Facts.
Like, you need to look at your product as I'm going to release the first version. I'm going to get this customer feedback. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to make it better and better and better. Just like if you had a Shopify store, you would do the same thing. You make the product better, better, and better, and the information keeps getting better. And so guess what happens? You have this domino effect that starts to happen. You got your organic game happening. You creating all these different deals. And on top of that, your traffic is kind of coinciding with your organic, and you're creating community. Now, the biggest piece that I feel that it really didn't hit me up until we did it with Gooch and a few other people. But like in 2000, like this, even this year and even beyond, you got to build that community effect.
Mandatory.
Like, that's mandatory. So that's why it's important. And me and you talked about this in side conversations where we talk about, like, if your student's not getting results, your sales are going to bottom out. So that's why you have to make sure that you structure the content where people can get started. They can get a result out of your product. Once they get a result out of your product, it becomes a viral effect. And like most people have a leaky bucket. They try to do ads and they try to run, and then their product is subpar. So then the bucket, all the customers are falling out, and they're not building community. But you got to build a community. If you have that trifecta, traffic, a great product, and community, and you build those 3 simultaneously, you have a 7-figure digital product you sell for years.
Mic drop. No, I'm just kidding. But no, that's dope, man. A lot of people, when they hear these numbers we saying, it seems like it's unreal.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your first product you had, and when you seen them numbers and you was like, this is real life. Because sometimes when I see it, and I be like, damn.
Yeah.
It's like those numbers. You talking 7 figures. People be like, what are you talking about?
That don't register.
Yeah. They don't think that it's possible. But you do that. You can do that in a month, right? You could do that in a day.
You could do that in a day if you wanted to. I think it's a combination of, like I said, really having something called product market fit, which is adjusting your product to where your product get results the market wants it, right? That's number one. The second is something that's not really sexy to talk about, but we have to address it because it coincides with the value of what you value yourself and what you bring to the market.
Right.
But it's also poverty consciousness, right? Mm-hmm. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, so when you said 7 figures, that was the richest I thought I would ever see, right? But I had to shift my poverty consciousness in order to be able to attract those type of numbers. And I had to really, really not, have them side conversations and looking at people and say, oh, I could get to there, and believing I could get to there, right? Mm-hmm. And so my first product, it was nasty, bro. Like, I mean, but I practice what I preach, right? Like I did the same thing. So I had this was way back in the day. This is before your time, Mitch. This is way before your time, man. Okay. So 2009 was, back in the day was, if you, like, companies didn't know what social media was. Like, they just knew it was social media. That's it. That was it. Like, and all you had to do, this is how we made money, and my boy showed me this. All you had to do was go to a company and say, I'll set up your Facebook fan page and put a banner and get it designed for I'll do all of that for you. And you could charge $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 for it. And companies was paying it. So we were making money from just setting up Facebook fan pages and Twitter fan pages. It was absolutely crazy. So we was like, my boy was like, you should turn that into a product. And I was like, all right, we'll sell it. So poverty consciousness hit, and I'm like, well, nobody knows who I am. You know, I don't know why people would buy this product from me. Let me price it low. We call that the low price syndrome, right? Where you think, let me start off the lowest because that's when people will buy. And that is the fastest way for your product to fail, right? And so, because you're not even valuing your own stuff, right? And so what I did is I priced it at $37. I'm thinking, yo, I'm excited. Like, I'm rubbing my hands like Birdman, right? Like, I'm excited. I'm like, man, it's about to be a grove of customers coming through this joint. 37, my mama gonna buy this. I'm excited. I'm telling everybody because it's my first info product, right? Man, 2 sales in a matter of 3 weeks.
Dang.
Like, you know how defeating that was, right? So you might, like, they might be watching this thinking, man, you got up to this and you selling all of this and you hear all of these success stories, but everybody has the story where they took a big L, for sure. Right? But here's what I did though. Instead of me looking at it, and this is even a lesson in what happened. Instead of me looking at it as an L, I said, well, wait a second. You and your feelings, let's detach the feelings from the outcome. Let's do that real quick. Let's approach this from a logical standpoint. Why did this fail? Asking critical questions like this. People don't ask critical questions like this. They just be like, oh, that didn't work. Let me wipe my hands up and then keep moving. No, I said, why didn't that work? So then we found that, number one, we didn't build anticipation. Number two, we were priced really, really low. We didn't have the right marketing channels in place, right? You started discovering all these things. Now watch this. About 2 months later, and it shouldn't have took 2 months, but I ain't want to take another L, I ain't gonna lie. But I said, 2 months, we change it up, we go to market, we got a new strategy in place, we go to a different market. See, some people got digital gold in front of them, and because it's not selling the way they want, they can make one slight adjustment and it'll shift their whole business. We went to a different market and we did $250,000 in a span of 2 months.
Dang.
Same product, different strategy. Took the emotions out. So I think that, to me, my mom never made over $20,000 in a single year, right? She worked 2 jobs, matter of fact. And so when I saw that happen, it shifted my whole paradigm. Like, it shifted my whole paradigm around money. And I was just like, man, if I can do this with my knowledge and expertise, imagine what I could do if I can help other people to do that.
Immediately thought about how you can start getting to the next one. Your mindset been on millionaire mode. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I was the first one in my family thinking like that, and that was even tough. So it's a lot of people watching and saying, well, you know, I didn't go to school for content creation. I didn't go to school for creating courses. You learn from every L that you take, and you get better and better up until one day somebody come walk up to you and say, hey, man, you changed my life. You the GOAT. Or you hear these things that you be like, what? And, you know, you try to be humble. Like, you walk up to me and some of the friends in our circle say, man, you the GOAT when it comes to this. And I'm just like, man, like, I've been doing this for over 10 years, failing for 10 years to get to this point. And so a lot of people got to go down that path.
That's the most important part of the journey. Sometimes experience is the best teacher. Yep. You got to have that ability, though, to keep going. That's the problem. You saw a lesson in it.
Correct.
A lot of people don't have that ability. They see it, they're like, oh, man, I hit this wall. I'm supposed to go back to my job. But really, it's not what you're supposed to do. So, bro, that was hella raw, dog. I'm just looking at you, dog.
Hey, you said this was the No Fluff podcast.
Yeah, you gave him no fluff, my boy. Yeah. I'm looking at these teeth, though. They look real nice.
Here you go.
They look really nice.
Yours is nice, too, though. I like your teeth.
Mine
look kind of similar.
They are a little similar.
They look a little
I think
similar.
Yours might look a little better, though.
They mine a little better, though.
Mine's cost more. Let me tell you why. Because the first time I got my teeth, I got them in resin. So I got mine's resin trying to be cheap. So I had to go back and get them in porcelain. So yeah, but you know, that's the only reason they cost more. But yeah, so that's dope, bro. You looking good, bro. You inspiring people. You inspire me every day.
Appreciate it.
I'm glad you came on the show and gave up all this game. Ladies, do y'all got anything y'all want to ask Justin before he get off the show?
Nothing.
Damn, he went crazy like that. Oh man, appreciate Justin. It. The ladies approve. That's a normal thing for you to hear. The ladies approve.
You know.
You got the beard, bro. You got by the beard of Odin. That's you. But yo, my boy, I appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate it.
But you do have a course and stuff that you actually drop on how people can start their own courses?
Yeah, absolutely.
You gonna give a discount code because you on No Fluff?
Listen, they gonna get the discount code, man. They gotta learn the game. And we go detail, and I give in the course I actually give them the same play that I gave you, which is, buying access to other people's ads. So that alone,
Yeah, I mean, if you use that play, it will work.
It will work.
You can anybody in your circle, if you ever get into a high, powerful circle full of people who have big email lists, big followings, big communities, you literally can say, look, man, how much would it cost for me to get you to drop this in your community?
Yeah.
And if they drop it and they have the followings in the community that I believe that they have, they will buy.
And most people remember I told you this, because remember your first question is what most people will say. They be like, well, they have their email list. Maybe they say no. You'll be surprised at how many people actually mail their list on a consistent basis. Right. You'd be surprised at how many people actually communicate with their customers. Mm-hmm. So if you could get something to value in front of them, it's a play you could run. So we talk about that in the actual course as well. And they get the technology, man. We didn't talk about that. So.
Oh, yeah. So the technology, that's Maestro?
That's Maestro.
Maestro. So can you tell us about Maestro real quick?
Yeah, so Maestro is a platform we've been developing for over 5 years. So it actually takes, all your videos, protects your content. It actually helps you to build out your community as well. So it's crazy. You can build landing pages. You can accept payments. Anybody can start a business. Nowadays you have access to Stripe, where you can set up a Stripe account in literally 2 minutes. It used to be. See, a lot of people don't realize how easy it is to start an online business these days.
Right.
Like back in the day, I don't know if you remember this, right?
Yeah, I do.
Back in the day, you used to have to get on the phone like you was applying for a mortgage with a company to accept credit cards. Right. You used to have to get on the phone. You used to have to sign your life away, your soul, your kidney, sign the whole thing. And you used to have to send in 10 months of bank statements just to process credit cards. It was crazy. Yep. And if you got 2 chargebacks, they held your money for 6 months.
Right.
So I tell people, take the knowledge, take the expertise, take action though. Because it's never been more easier with tools like Maestro, with the game we given, just all of that. It's never been more easier to, generate wealth online right now.
And just like that, the king has spoken.
Yes.
He has Maestro here. I'm familiar with Maestro, real dope program. I recommend it if you're starting a course. Yeah, so definitely. Please tap into Maestro. We got the course going. You're going to give them a discount code for how much off?
How much you think we should give them off?
I don't know. You tell me.
Listen, we're going to have a discount. We give them $500 off. $500 off.
I don't know how much it is, but $500 sounds like a lot. So we're going to give them $500 off just for me. We're going to make a promo code called No Fluff.
No Fluff.
It's going to be in the link underneath the video. Please believe we're going to get saucy. I might buy that shit. You feel me? You can't never know too much information about online courses. I mean, I'm good, but I can get better. So appreciate you, bro. You just gave them all the advice that I think they need to really get started in the game. Not only get started, but actually be able to make a lot of money just going out, starting out just with pre-sale. Absolutely. The pre-sale bars alone was just going to get them in the game.
Yeah, that's just one strategy. It's about 100.
You got plenty more.
It's way more.
Should we stay on? Should we stay on?
But just extend it another.
All right, y'all. So that's my boy Justin Burns came through. Please go follow my boy on the gram. What's your gram?
CEO Justin Burns.
CEO Justin Burns. Make sure y'all follow his Instagram. I'm telling you, it's a good follow. If you don't want to, I'm telling you, if you don't want no fluff, you want the real bars, you want to get to the real sauce, that's who you look for. So, No Fluff Podcast, we out here. You know what it is. Hey.
All these whips, I feel like Mitch.